Today was brought to you by the letters STF. Welcome back to Kayfabe Science, the only fake science show on the internet that thinks that herd immunity is something that you have to listen to. I'm your host, Dr. Dave, and I love it when you call me Big Doctor. And to the women who broke water below the waist, please don't spray out the place, because I see a lot of ladies tonight who look like they're about to be having a baby. And today's episode is the STF. The STF breaks down to a move in three parts, each of them represented by their very own letter. First is the S, which stands for step over, and unsurprisingly enough, this comes from the wrestler first having to step over in order to lock in the hold. And even in amateur wrestling, the best wrestlers all know exactly how to get the step in order to take down their opponents. But this is only the first third of the Scott Steiner math that is the equation to this devastating hold. So next up, give me a T, which stands for toe hold, and when you combine that with the S, you get step. You also get the step over toe hold, which varies from other variations of this move, like the drop toe hold, where a wrestler scissors the ankle of their opponent in order to cause them to drop. But with the step over on the other hand, the executor simply steps over the ankle in order to lock the toe in place instead. You know, come to think about it, this move really should be called the ankle hold, because it has absolutely nothing to do with toes. A toe hold is more like, this little piggy went to market. But come to think about that, what is a pig doing going to a market? And how is a toe a pig? I don't get it. The whole thing just makes no mother. Okay, so once this portion of the maneuver is locked into place, which is pretty effective all on its own, the complete icing on the cake, the cherry on top is the F, as in face lock. But this is where things can start getting just a little bit confusing, because when it comes to the STF, there are actually three different ways to F. Most modern WWE fans are probably more familiar with the way John Cena does it, where he simply puts his arms around his opponent's ears and calls it a day. And a lot of people take issue with that, because before the Doctor of Thugonomics, well, no one did that, like, ever. Cena began using the move in 2005, and this variation was originally called the STFU, but when WWE went all PG, it told all profanity to get the F out, and the STFU simply became known as the STF. And to a lot of fans, this is something of a misnomer, and it would be one thing if Cena's version was just his own variant of the move while still remaining distinctly different from the STF, as there are other variants of this move like the Muda Lock. But by calling it the same thing, WWE created the crime of a wrestling move nomenclatural conundrum. Guilty! Although, to be fair, John Cena does also do things the more traditional way too, where he instead applies the move with a chin lock, thus locking the move in more and making it so much more aggressive. However, as you might have guessed, this is technically not correct either, because the F in STF stands for face lock and not chin lock. So if you're going to be a stickler for accuracy, the move should be applied with a face lock more in line with how the crossface and the lapel lock are done. And that is how you would really beat DTF. Down to face lock, and without it, there would be 0 Fs given. So as you can see, to be accurate, the STF should really be known as the SAF, or the SAC, or, you know what, just STFU.